Look, we as entrepreneurs and builders have a million ideas every single day, and oftentimes these ideas are $1 million ideas, but we end them on spot because we don't have the time for it, the budget for it, the financials for it, or even don't have the skills to oversee everything that's happening. In this video, I want to show you how I am solving for exactly that with applications and everything that I'm building for my clients and employees without the time, without the developers, without needing anything, and in just 15 minutes. There's a tool called Lovable. And we're going to talk about this tool over here and how you can use it. And we're going to put this based on a very high leverage task that I've created and automation that I've created in the past. And I want to make that very easy to use for my clients. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I'm going to show you a demo. You can copy exactly how it works after this video and how I went through the thinking process of everything. That being said, let's get into this video and get started. And let me show you everything. So packaging your 1K workflow into a 10K SaaS. Essentially what I mean here is how can we take anything we've created as entrepreneurs, as builders, and make it 10 times more valuable either for us, for our employees, for our clients, or even as selling it as a service or a tool for other people. So there's a fairly new concept that has popped up in the past 45 to 60 days called vibe coding. Essentially what this concept is that you add prompts or you give prompts to a certain AI like you do with ChatGPT or Claude, and then it gives you the application back, it codes you the application, it creates for you the MVP, the minimum viable product that you want as fast as possible without the 5 and 10s of developers you needed in the past, because I've been through that with my previous company, and the time you needed to convince them and tell them the features and the requirements and what you need within from a system. So this is a concept that we're going to be utilizing today. It's very simple. I created this application in 15 minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, a demo of it. We're going to run through it. We're going to see everything we've done. But the real question here is, do we really need to do this? Why not just give the thing we created, the template, the tool we created to others and just use it? For example, as a business owner, I created this tool to create proposals or generate offer documents for others. Why don't I just give you the tool, go install it and figure it out yourself? The problem with that is the people or the client or your employees won't see the value that you see in it because one, they don't understand how it works, and two, they're not going to use it on a daily basis if there is friction to use it. So this is why we really need to add some easy interface for others to use. And once you make their lives easier, which is convenience, they're going to pay you more, they're going to enjoy it more, they're going to find value in it more. And think of it as an apartment. If you're going to rent an apartment, a furnished apartment is much more expensive than an unfurnished apartment. Why is that? It's an apartment. At the end of the day, you can sleep on the floor, right? But when in a furnace, it gives you convenience, it gives you comfort, it gives you ease to use and live in. So people prefer furnished apartments. I hope you agree with that and you're not sleeping on the floor. But that's essentially what we're doing here when building this kind of outer layer to make it easier for others to use. So if you're using it yourself, it can stay like that forever. And that's a problem if you don't create a front end to it or make it easy to use by others for your clients or your teams. And they might not see the ROI that you see in it. And you're going to complain, why is nobody using this tool or template that I've created? It's amazing. Because they don't know, because there's friction and so on. And if it's something you sell, you can 5x its value by doing just this in 15 minutes. And instead of selling it for $1,000, you can sell it for $5,000. And that's a 5 times ROI for minimal work. Because essentially people like tangible things. They like things they can touch, feel, see, and actually use on a daily basis. This is something we created in the past, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. But if you want the details of this, I'm going to link a video in the description. You can go to that, watch it, but you don't need to go there right now. Just stay here. I'm going to explain it and take you through the vibe coding process. So essentially, you submit a form. The form takes takes the information, the input that someone submits, and turns it into certain text in a certain structure, and then it copies a file over here and populates this file that it copied, which is a Google document, which is an offer document, with the text it created, and gives you the offer document in a beautiful way where you can use. I'm going to show you an example and then we're going to see. So essentially, once you reach this point, when you create a backend, when you create something that you want to sell to others or you want to use for yourself, you come down and think about it this way. And this is how I thought about it, by the way. I think about it, okay, how can I now make something or make an interface for someone to use this thing that I created in a very easy manner and not face a much friction in terms of using it, and not give me many objections in terms of I don't know how to click this button, I need this tutorial, I'm not tech savvy, whatever it is. My first thought process was, okay, why don't we use WhatsApp? Because everyone uses WhatsApp or Telegram. Can we make it a chat interface? That was one option. Another option is, why don't we make it an app? So you keep on thinking through this process and see, okay, where are my employees or the person that's going to use this at, and how easy can I make it, and how can we meet somewhere in the middle? And this is exactly what I went through. I wrote that to ChatGPT, by the way, and I told them, okay, look, I'm writing a prompt for an app development platform, which is called Lovable, which I'm going to show you in a bit. And I want it to be as follows. I want it to be in dark mode. I want it to be high quality. And this app generates offer documents. And the submitted data will come from this workflow over here through a webhook. And um, uh, no need for technical details, but after you get the data that comes from the form, let's say I want you to show it in the dashboard, the front end form will get this type of data. This is what I want to see. Then what happens in the dashboard view, I want to see if I can approve it or not. I want to look at the link of it. I'm going to look at the status of it, and you get bonus points if you make it sleek UI. Sleek UI is very easy to use and clean and easy to scan interface. So essentially, this is the prompt I gave it. So I didn't write it this way for ChatGPT. I wrote it in a voice note. I just voice noted it, and it gave me this prompt. Now I took this prompt and put it in this app. But before we go there, let me show you exactly what's the changes we made over here to make it connect to the app that we created. So initially, we had this form. Someone had to go in, fill out a form, then the process worked by itself and copied this document over here and generated the offer document. So now what we did is we replaced the form with a webhook. Essentially, it's a connection. Just think of it in very simple terms, a connection between something and something. It's an interface. So now what happens is we created an app, we connected it with this. So anytime information comes in from a form that's submitted over here, it's going to be processed through this line over here and then respond back to that platform over here. I don't know if I can draw, but essentially just consider a loop over here. So information comes in by you, it goes through this process, information goes back to this platform, then back to you, and then comes to you again. You keep on going through this loop. So now let me show you the platform, and we're going to run it live. You're going to see how it works, and you're going to understand this properly. So essentially, I took that prompt that we saw over here, copy pasted into this platform over here. So as you can see, copy paste it into Lovable.dev, and then it started and going on writing its code. So something to note, and from my experience, don't expect you to yourself to put a prompt in and it to conquer the world for you. It's going to come with mistakes. It's going to come with bugs. There are things that are going to be missing. For example, this logo was missing over here. And there are certain things that are going to be out of place. What you're going to do is you're going to keep on prompting it until you get to a point where it's working and operational and you can use it and you test it for different scenarios. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So what I did was I prompted the exact thing. It took it around 5 minutes. It gave me this, and it gave me this kind of website over here, a platform where you have this place where you fill out this form. It looks very nice with the animations. Once you click as well, you can see it highlights itself. And the dashboard over here where you can see anything that has been submitted. Right now, we don't have anything submitted, but you can see anything that has been submitted. So now let's test the platform out and see how it works. So you see exactly how everything is in place. So first of all, I click test workflow. The webhook starts here and saying, waiting for your call to test the test URL. So it's waiting for someone to tell it, okay, tell me what are you going to tell me? When is information going to come? So now let's go add some information. So what's my program name? Let's say Ciola. I'm helping. Who am I helping? I'm helping coaches, just for example's sake, consultants and founders. What's the outcome over here? I want to help them add 20,000 in profits to their business without sales calls, let's say, messaging strangers, and completely inbound. This is one. What's the offer format? Is going to be a one-on-one mentorship program where I'm going to give them weekly consultation consultation calls plus courses, let's say, plus coaching plus, let's say, community they can use and so on. What's the program duration? Let's say it's 16 weeks. What's the daily effort? Let's say they need to put 30 minutes per day. What's the price? Let's say it's $100 per week. Do I have social proof or not? Yes. So let's click generate document. It's generating documents. So if we go back to this workflow, you can see it received the information and now it's processing the information. So it was waiting for the information. It's processing the information. Once it outputs here, we're going to see another file duplicated. So let's wait for that. It's processing the information. Yes, and now the other file is duplicated. Let's go check here. It's going to pop up in a bit. And then it replaces the placeholders. So let's refresh the screen. There it is. And you can see CLO 2.0 private invite. You click on this. The offer document is here, ready to go. It has all the information. We aim to add 20,000 to your business entirely inbound without sales calls. Our approach helps you enable with 3 pillars: the first pillar, the second pillar, the third pillar. This is the timeline, what we're going to do, the investment, the pricing, and then the guarantees and so on. And then we come back here. It responded to the webhook, meaning that it told the app that we just created, I'm done. Take them to the next page, which is the dashboard, where you can view the document over here. And then it tells you this is pending. So I added this option over here in the prompts that I gave this app, saying that, okay, because I am the admin over here, my clients are going to fill this document or this form, and I'm going to approve. Okay, it's approved. It's time to go. You can now send it to people and sell your offer, or I mark it as rejected, where this needs fixing and so on. So other things I can do here is, for example, I can add a prompt here. Now, can you add a comment section where I can, let's try this, where I can send my reviews as an admin to the offer documents created. So this is me giving myself admin control where I can put reviews here. I rejected it because of XYZ. And this, it takes care of it by itself. In the past, developers need to sit here. We need to have a 16-minute meeting telling them, okay, I want this feature over here, this feature over here, and so on. And that developer would take 2 to 3 days to get the job done and then give it to you. And that developer will be on a salary as well, with a high salary as well, because they need to know a certain language, programming language, and so on. This is too much back and forth and going forward. So what happened here is that I just gave it the prompt. It's going to fix it. Then I can mark it as rejected and so on. Maybe add a delete button over here as well. Then people just can create dashboards. They can create whatever they want in order to just show their clients and make their clients' life easier. So let me give you a couple of thoughts behind this and what I would do next and how I would use this for my business as I go forward. So let's talk some business. So we just created an app in 15 minutes that made the lives of our users and employees and anyone who's not tech savvy very easy and frictionless in order to use the tools that we provided them to use in order to generate our company more money. And just think about the possibilities of this. Think about that person who has a startup idea that's stuck and saying, I don't have the money to hire developers. I need to watch 15 YouTube videos about Python and JavaScript in order to know what to put in the code. And how do I handle the bugs? Should I go back and forth with ChatGPT? If we're going way back, I don't have any ChatGPT to talk to, so I need to look at the textbooks and see what I did wrong. And at that time, we were doing it through Stack Overflow. So it cut a lot of time, a lot of friction. And the human role here has become more of, I have ideas, I want to bring those ideas to life, instead of thinking, okay, I have this idea, but this is impossible to implement because I don't have the skills, I don't have the money to implement it. But more of, I have this idea, let me go try it. I finished this app in 15 minutes, I don't like it, the market does not want it, I tested it for 7 days, now let me go back and do it again. For my clients, this is the path I am going as well. I'm telling them that your lead magnets should be something similar, where you collect emails through certain platforms. For example, you create that's valuable to your business. For example, a quiz platform or a tracker platform if you're in the financial industry, whatever type of platform, to gather emails, you providing value. That's 15 minutes of work, and it's very high tech. So it's massive opportunity, as I said. It's very recent. Take advantage of it as much as you can, because this is just going to get better from now on. And think about the jobs that have been lost after this coming out. I know there's some debate saying that no, you need developers. There's a security issues here. What happens when you scale and so on? I've been in that path. I've developed my own apps. I know everything revolving this field, and security in particular, because my app was very high security based. So yes, there are the concerns over there. It should be taken into consideration, everything we've debated right now, but we're early. Just keep in mind, we are early. In 2 years' time, this should be taken care by itself, given the speed we're going through. That being said, I highly recommend you to go check it out. And I'm not affiliated by them in any way. I'm just showing you what I'm using and finding valuable. Highly check it out, and hope you enjoy.